Legion Tactical Cutlery.
Hold the line!
Hey everyone, hey guys doing? Grugs here, Legion Tactical Cutlery. Welcome back once again, troops, legionnaires, and new recruits. As always, really appreciate you all taking the time to check out my channel and my videos. Today, we have in front of you the Sitivien ST24 in AUS8 steel. Can't wait to put this to the test. Let's get started. What's everybody carrying today? I've got my R Black Tonto and 154 cm steel. Let me know what you guys got. Veterans, active military, as always, just want to say thank you very much for your service. Enjoy the video. Let's go over quick specs of the Sitivien ST24. Overall length 9.29 inch, blade length 4.61 inch, blade steel AUS8, blade hardness 59 to 61 HRC, blade thickness 4 millimeters, blade width 1.57 inch, handle length 4.69 inch, handle thickness 0.79 inch, handle material G10, weight 8.56 ounce, with the sheath is 12.5 ounce. Features full Tang lanyard hole, Kydex Sheath, and TekLoc. Real quick close-up, troops, but I do have a Legion premiere on this. Go check this out. It is a high saber grind drop point blade, a generous sharpening choil that will also act as a finger choil guard, a nicely ergonomic handle that fits pretty well in the hand no matter how it's held. It does have a lanyard hole, as you can see right here, and I did add the lanyard. All right, let's take a quick look at the sheath. The sheath is a taco style, little pinched area over here for, a thumb pull off. Got a few rivet holes. TekLoc, you could take this off and put a third-party item on here. This particular knife with this sheath is perfect. No up and down play, no side-to-side play. Now, I found this nice piece of, well, it's a root actually. The construction crews dug it up out of the ground and they left it. I saw it, I picked it up. It sounds like a good piece of wood, so we're going to give it a try with this. I'm going to do a little chopping, see how this works out. If the chopping doesn't work out, I will do some batoning, but this is the wood that we're going to be testing out. All right, let's get to it, man. Let's do just a little bit of chopping. Let's see how it works out, man. Now, I don't know how long this has been sitting around. All I know is that it is a hard piece of wood. And I guess, if you're camping by the lakeside, some body of water and there's some driftwood, you know how hard driftwood gets after a while from the weather. I figure, let me give this a go. I haven't been able to go to the other spot where I could find other pieces of wood, so I'm just grabbing what I can for now. And I took a hike by an area where I thought I could access some wood, except it was surrounded all by swamp, man, and I'm just not taking any chances at all whatsoever. But, obviously you wouldn't chop with this knife, okay? But if you want to delimb, you can, right? You can see that I'm holding it all the way in the back here, and that teardrop area is doing a good job of a firm grip and, with the help of that lanyard. But so far, so good. I think I did grab a nice challenging piece of wood or root or whatever this is. Right, she's hard. Looks good. Looking good, man. Now, mind you, this is a channel that tests out knives. I wouldn't expect you to be doing any kind of chopping with this. But if you need to delimb something, a tree, you need a fishing pole, a spear, whatever it is, and you need to delimb, at least now you can do it. It's definitely a hard piece, man. I'm also taking advantage. It's been raining here in Florida over the weekend every day, and it's been a little bit cooler than usual. Perfect opportunity for me to, to get these videos done. So that belly is doing a really good job, and the sweet spot is right over here, not even towards the rear. So far, so good though, man. I got to tell you, this AUS8 from Sitivien is pretty good. Whoever does the work for them, they're doing a good job with the heat treat. Yeah, that looks pretty good, man. All right, we're loose. All right, pretty good. Pretty good. Let me see. After that hard chopping, let's see. I'm going to go where the discoloration is. Yeah, so far so good, man. That's the area, the sweet spot that I was chopping. I just want to make sure that I show you this. Very nice, man. Okay, good. We're looking good. Let me grab that other piece and we'll do some horizontal and vertical baton. Okay, once again, I'm running out of wood, so whatever I have is what I'm testing. All right. So I've got some real gnarly pieces over here, something with a knot. This should be a pretty decent test. So I think I've got the choil hooking on to the knot over here. So let me reposition this so that the blade is what's cutting that knot. So just give me a second to get this out safely. And I will reposition this properly. Yeah, that's in there good. So just give me a second, troops. Okay. All right, there we go. Handle's already coming loose. Purposely didn't lock tight or nothing. But it's to be expected when you give a knife a beating like this, you know? Definitely a good piece of wood to test. Let me see if I could just reposition that knife. That is stuck in there. Okay, let's get this done, man. All right. Okay, so now you could see it did go through that knotted and very hard area over here. That looks good. I got one more. Let's see if I could do it. Sorry about the background noise, but it is. Oh, good, it's split. It is the day where they come and cut the grass, so just in time. Let me pause this, but you could see that this knife can do batoning vertically. We're going to do horizontal baton with that hard driftwood. All right, let's give this a try right here, man. Whole blade, everything. Nice. By the way, I did tighten up the screws. So just be aware that these are going to get loose. But wow, that's good. Come on now. Whoops. Let's continue. Actually, let me see. Yeah, looks good. Nice. Okay, went right through. Not the best piece of wood here, but you know, if you're going to be making firewood, I think this driftwood is nice and dry. Should do the job. Let's do this one. Okay, good. I'm just curious. Yeah, we're looking good here. Whatever this wood is, she's doing fine. All right, cool, man. Not the best wood, but it was hard, and pretty satisfied with that. I've got something else a little bit different here, something a little bit harder. I did do a tip test in this one, but this has got a whole bunch of knots. So just for the benefit of the doubt, I want to see how this is going to work out. Save that for later. Okay, good. This also did the job. And let's see. You know what? I don't like choking up with this. I'd rather do this instead. Okay, looking good here, looking good. I'm going to grab some feather sticks that have already been processed, and then we'll do, you know, some other stuff, okay? I made these off camera, but let me just show everybody real quick. I mean, it's just, you know, it's easy enough. It's a good thing I saved a lot of this wood, man, let me tell you, you know? All right, basically that's all I did. And let's just, well, since I cut this piece, I might as well. Let me put this down. And I mean, I already know that it could make the individual curls, which you could make a big pile. You don't even have to worry about making feather sticks. Just make a big pile of this stuff, right? Right? Make a big pile. And then put your sticks here, light it up, and add whatever twigs or sticks or whatever it is that you find, you know, on the on the ground. So there's an example of individual curls. Now let's see if I can make you a nice feather stick here. And I'm doing this with the longwood on purpose. I want to show you how sharp that is. This is a good all-rounder, you know. I mean, it's a hunter, but I think this will be a good all-rounder, as you could see from the work that I've been doing in the video here. And I'll make a couple of feather sticks off camera too, but just an idea of how sharp this knife still is and how capable AUS8 is. And it's pretty inexpensive knife for those on a budget. I mean, for me, I'm kind of, you know, the fluorescent green I could do without. I would rather have seen an olive drab green, but it's not so bad. It could have been worse colors, you know. All right, there we go. Perfect. Now, this does have a sharp spine. Let's test out this spine on both the fat wood and on regular wood. Okay, so I thought the spine was sharp. Felt pretty sharp. We just got to do an angle over here. Let me try the jimping. Huh, not as good as I thought, guys and gals. I thought this was better. I'm sure it'll do better on the fat wood. However, that's a little surprising that this spine and jimping. I'll tell you this, it's going to take some work. It's not like I'm doing the jimping area. You could see the grooves here. But I guess if you need just a little bit of fluff to start up a spark, you know, you got it, right? And again, if not, you can always make those little individual curls to supplement, nice and thin. You put it all together and you spark it up. Hopefully it sparks up a ferro rod. Let's check out, let me just move this over here. Let's check out this piece of fat wood. Now, at least the fat wood is doing a little bit better job. That was the jimping. Let me just try the spine. Surprisingly, it needs more effort with the spine, a little bit better with the jimping. So, even though you can see that it did it, right? A bit of sharpening might help, you know, just on the workshop field guide. I got a workshop field guide. I would do that on the workshop field guide, sharpen that up a bit. I am surprised. In any case, still did an okay job. Let's move on to something else. Quick tip test. Let's see if I could just make a small feather stick with this. Things are just falling down all over the place. Tip is good. It's good. Let's continue. Tip is good. If I could finish this off now. And, you know, the ergonomic of the handle and the contouring, and the finger grooves, you know, perfect. I didn't even feel like I needed the lanyard. Okay, one more time. Looks good. Using that tip to pivot nice and slow so I don't accidentally slip and cut myself. As you could see, divot is made. And again, I'm using that point. I'm digging that point into the wood to pivot, to use it as a pivot point. So that's definitely adding some stress to it, in my opinion. Good. Now, one thing I forgot to do in the last test was when I was scraping the spine, I forgot to do the ferro rod. So I have it here now. All right, so let's just see. It's not showers, but it's doing it. And again, if this is sharpened, I guarantee it'll be much better. Let me try the jimping. Yeah, the jimping, same thing. Not the best, but it's still doing it. So camp tasks, let's get to it. Okay, troops, I have some possible camp material over here and some possible industrial material here. I figure we test and see how she works, okay? This is some type of seatbelt material, but it's used here at the construction site. Who knows, maybe somebody could take this camping and they need to cut it, no problem, okay? Some paracord. Easy. A little bit thicker paracord. Easy. Some shoestring over here. Hold on a second. Let's see if we can do it all. All right. Who knows? You can find this in the woods, thrown away in the woods. Who knows? Then I have synthetic rope. Easy to cut. Let me just put this back so it doesn't unravel. Good to go. Okay, so now I have, let's start off with the light. Some plastic tubing, or I think it goes in the windowsills to seal the window from, you know, wind and stuff like that. Easy. Some tubing here. Let me just get a small piece out. Easy. Little bit of the twist tie material that you might find on a pallet. You need to cut it. Bingo. Really easy. A little bit thicker stuff. I made a whole bunch of strips, believe it or not, using my peeler. Okay, you've seen it before on this channel. Easy. That was easy, man. Now I got some really thick, heavy-duty twist ties. Okay, let's see. This is always a challenge. That worked well. One more time. I'll tell you what, man, this AUS8 ain't bad, you know? A little bit of cardboard. Awesome. Awesome knife, troops, man. I mean, this AUS8 is fantastic. Pretty good stuff, man. It did the job. Look at all that work that it did, man. I made sure that I covered all the bases that I possibly could. The knife is fantastic. Take it hunting, hiking, backpacking, you know, camp kitchen, whatever, man. This is a pretty nice knife. I think Sitivien should make a plus size. Make this, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 inches. I think it would be an extremely successful blade. Same steel. And I hope Sitivien comes out more with this AUS8. It's inexpensive. It makes for a great budget knife, and you saw what it did. Troops, Legionnaires, new recruits, as always, thanks very much for watching and sticking around this long. Let me bring awareness, everybody. Hashtag 22 a day. Hashtag 22 a day no more. There are veterans in active military. Once they get out of the service, they do face a lot of challenges. Unfortunately, one of these challenges is suicide. So at the end of this video, pause on the slides, call those phone numbers, surf those websites, and seek the help you all have earned and deserve. Troops, Legionnaires, new recruits, as always, thanks again. At the ready, hold the line. Take care. Legionnaires!